You ever make a big decision and then, I don't know, a few weeks later, something kind of weird happens? It's like your memory of that choice starts to change? Well, let's dive into this really human and honestly super tricky mental habit.
So it all starts simply enough. You're at a crossroads, you're weighing your options, and bam, you make a choice. A path is taken.
And then time passes. The days, the weeks, they go by. And the memory of that moment, of that big decision, it starts to shift in really subtle ways. Suddenly, the flaws of the path you took, they kind of start to fade. And the good parts, oh, they start to shine so much brighter. Before you know it, that choice you made starts to feel, well, pretty much perfect. Way better than it probably was.
And here's why. When it comes to your own history, your memory isn't some neutral observer just taking notes. No way. It's a biased storyteller. It absolutely takes sides.
Sound familiar? Yeah, I'm willing to bet it does. Think about that car you bought, or the job you took, even an opinion you decided to stick with. We've all felt this weird after-the-fact confidence boost. So what is this feeling?
Well, there's a name for this little trick our minds play on us. And honestly, just giving it a name is the first step toward thinking a whole lot more clearly. And here it is. It's called choice supportive bias. You can think of it like your brain's own internal PR team, working overtime to make you feel great about all your past decisions. It goes back in time and just sprinkles positive vibes on the option you picked, while conveniently making the stuff you didn't pick look a whole lot worse.
Okay, here's the classic example. We've all been here. You're agonizing over two different phones. The second you buy phone A, your brain gets to work. Suddenly, phone A's camera isn't just good, it's revolutionary. And phone B, the one you almost bought, its battery life, which you thought was decent before, is now just laughably terrible. See what's happening? Your brain is literally rewriting history to get rid of any potential buyer's remorse.
So you gotta ask, why does our brain even bother doing this? I mean, what's the point? Well, it's not trying to trick you or be malicious. It's actually trying to protect you. Let's get into the psychology of why this happens.
Okay, the key here is that our brains hate two things: regret and something called cognitive dissonance. Now, cognitive dissonance is just that really uncomfortable, nagging feeling you get when your actions don't line up with your beliefs, like the belief that you're a smart decision maker. So, to get rid of that yucky feeling, what's the easiest path for your brain? It's not admitting a mistake, no. It's just editing the memory. It's a total emotional defense mechanism. It has nothing to do with logic.
And this slide just lays it out perfectly. Look at this, a tale of two memories. On the left, you've got the reality of the choice as it happened, right? Great new features, but yeah, it was very expensive and the battery life was just average. Now look at the right. This is your memory after the bias kicks in. The great features become amazing. The very expensive con, oh, that becomes totally worth the price. And the average battery, you know what? It's fine, really. It's such a subtle, but wow, such a powerful distortion.
Okay, so at this point, you might be thinking, so what? This actually sounds kind of harmless, maybe even helpful. I mean, who doesn't want to feel good about their choices, right? But, and this is a big but, this little mental habit comes with a hidden and pretty significant cost.
Think about it. If you can't accurately remember your past decisions, the good, the bad, and the ugly, how on earth are you supposed to learn from them? If your memory just automatically papers over all the negative parts of a choice, you're pretty much doomed to never see the patterns in your own mistakes.
So let's break down the real costs here, because they're serious. First off, it completely distorts your memory of the past. It turns it into this weird, funhouse mirror version of reality. From there, the damage just gets worse. It reinforces potentially bad decisions, it stops you from learning from your mistakes, and it really reduces your personal accountability. And the really dangerous part? It encourages you to repeat the exact same errors over and over, because your brain keeps telling you, hey, it all worked out last time.
Okay, so is that it? Are we just doomed to have this totally unreliable narrator living in our heads forever? No, not at all. The good news is there are actual concrete things we can do to fight back and build a more honest relationship with our past selves.
And here's the secret weapon. The best way to fight a biased memory is with an objective record. Look, we can't stop that initial gut reaction our brain has to protect our ego. But what we can do is give our future self the tools to see the past for what it really was.
So here's a super simple 4-step guide you can use. First, document your decisions. Before the bias can set in, write down the real pros and cons as they're happening. Step 2, revisit your reasoning. A few weeks later, pull out those notes and compare them to your memory. That gap between what you wrote and what you remember, ding, 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 that's the bias. Third, and this one is so important, separate the outcome from the choice. Just because things turned out okay doesn't mean the original decision was flawless. A good outcome can just be dumb luck. And finally, number 4, just accept imperfection. Every single decision has drawbacks. Acknowledging them isn't being negative, it's being clear-eyed and honest.
And that's really what this all comes down to. Clear thinking means remembering our decisions as they actually were, not just as we wish they had been. You know, defending our past choices feels good, it's comforting, but real growth, real wisdom, that only comes when we have the courage to see our choices for what they really were, warts and all.